Good morning, class. Again, this is the second video for the day as we were doing the topic on controversial amendments. So, I would like to discuss with you guys about the 38th Amendment, about the 39th Amendment, and the 42nd Amendment. We will begin our topic with the 38th Amendment. Why the opposition challenged the ruling party, that is the Indian National Congress. As I have told you that Indira Gandhi imposed national emergency in 1975. Ultimately, 38th Amendment deals with the removal of fundamental rights ड्यूरिंग एमरजेंसी, यानी कि अगर देश में राष्ट्र एमरजेंसी लगाई जाती है तो किसी भी नागरिक को बिना किसी अल्टीमेटम के उसके फंडामेंटल राइट्स को कर्टेल कर दिया जाएगा. फाइन. सो दिस वॉज चैलेंज. ऑब्वियसली लोगों के अधिकार लिए जाएंगे तो इसको चैलेंज किया जाएगा. इसे लार्जली पार्लियामेंट में डिबेट किया गया और ये कंट्रोवर्सीज में रहा. इसके अलावा हम करते हैं 39th अमेंडमेंट. जब हम 39th अमेंडमेंट की बात करते हैं तो पहले क्या होता था, दैट द इलेक्शंस विच आर रिलेटेड टू द प्रेसिडेंट नंबर 1, वाइस प्रेसिडेंट और एनी अदर ऑफिशियल, जो पॉलिटिकल हमारे एग्जीक्यूटिव्स होते हैं, उनके अगेंस्ट जो इलेक्शंस थे, दे कैन बी चैलेंज्ड इन द कोर्ट. But after 39th Amendment, the elections of the senior political executives were freed from scrutiny. उसे एग्जामिन नहीं किया जाएगा कि वो rigged हैं, they are filled with malpractices or the wrong practices being used. उसके लिए कोई भी बात नहीं की जाएगी, उसको कोई भी चैलेंज नहीं कर सकता. Actually, this was done because the elections of Indira Gandhi was challenged. We will be doing this topic in class 12th. It was challenged by a political leader, Raj Narayan, and Indira Gandhi basically resigned for the parliament but also declared the emergency on the same night. So the amendment was done. The third and the most important was the 42nd Amendment. When we talk about the 42nd Amendment, then here it is. Already we have done in our you can say online class that 42nd Amendment was related to Keshwananda Bharti case. I will be letting you know about the Keshavananda Bharti case also, and first of all we have to start from here itself. When we talk ki why the 42nd Amendment was made, it was based on this. It led to a conflict between the judiciary and the government. Here government signifies the executive. There was a conflict between our judiciary and executive. Actually, a case came in 1967 when in the initial years Shrimati Indira Gandhi was appointed as the Prime Minister of India. The famous case was the Golaknath case. The Golaknath versus the Union of States. It was under original jurisdiction. According to this case, the law and the act was passed that Parliament could not amend. Parliament किसी भी तरीके से amend नहीं कर सकती, alter नहीं कर सकती किसी भी फंडामेंटल राइट को. सो इट वॉज मेड फाइन कि अंडर एनी सर्कमस्टांस इट कांट बी डन. बट लेटर ऑन व्हेन इंदिरा गांधी टुक अपॉन द पावर in 1969 or 1970, many changes were done in the Congress. Number 1, Congress abolished privy purse. Here privy purse refers to, you can say, right which was given to the aristocrats or the Raja Maharaja at the time of independence, that they could have their private property. But Indira Gandhi abolished this privy purse for the benefit of the society, that the property being taken from them and to be distributed among the poorer masses. Moreover, at that time the nationalization of banks were also done. Approximate 14 banks were nationalized at that time. Besides this, in order to control the private sector, Congress government also passed many laws which provide the licensing procedure. You can't produce as much as you can. You have to carry on a license from the government. In such a circumstance, during the time of emergency, the 42nd Amendment was passed on the 18th of December 1976. 42nd Amendment Act is also referred to as the mini constitution. According to 42nd Amendment Act, there are certain provisions. Number one, the tenure or the life or the elections of member of parliament were extended. अभी भी हम यही करते हैं because it has been normalized. Initially, tenure of the Lok Sabha was 5 years. It was extended to 6 years. ये extended है, मैंने ऐसे करके symbol बनाया है. Number 2, in our preamble, certain changes were mentioned. In the opening lines of our preamble, it declares that India is a sovereign democratic republic. Later on, 2 more words were added. Now the words socialist and secular were added, making the statement like this, that India will be sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic. So ultimately the national goals were changed. Similarly, in the preamble itself or in the constitution itself, the phrase unity of the nation was changed to the integrity of the nation. Fine. Moreover, there were few policies which emphasize on the principles of family planning. यहाँ तक भी everything was bearable, but the act come into controversies when it said that parliament can curtail or alter our fundamental rights. According to 42nd Amendment Act, directive principles were placed ahead the fundamental rights. So, if fundamental rights can be curtailed by the parliament any moment of time, it becomes a controversy to the optimum extent. The oppositions get together, the act was challenged, and later on it was taken aback. So there were lots of controversies in our amending procedures. If we have to give a recent example, you can say, although we have revoked Article 370 and 35A, it has gone through a controversial matter. Similarly, one more thing which we will be going to study in our next topic, it is related to judiciary, that is also come under controversial matter. Hope you have understood the topic. Those who have not, please free to ask again. Thank you.